13. Problem number 13, it's more of the same stuff, but a different type of equation. We're given x squared y minus x y squared, and that's equal to 4. And they want us to figure out the slope of the curve is defined. Where is the slope of the curve defined? Okay? And so, again, we just have to take the derivative, and then when we take the derivative, we have to do it with respect to x. So now for this one, what I'm going to do is, this is a product rule. So I'm going to do x squared times the derivative of y, which is 1, plus y times the derivative of this. Oh, I forgot something. You guys got to pay attention. It's 1 dy dx, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you guys need me to write out each step, or are you following along and you know what I'm doing?
Is each step?
We're following.
All right. Well, we'll write out each step. So this is a product rule.
Well, I mean,
So think of it like this. We'll say that this is u, v, and so what I want is I have u equals x squared, u prime then is 2x, v is going to be y, and then v prime is 1 dy dx. Okay? Now with the product rule, to differentiate a product, what I need to do is I could take the first term. I think in your textbook it says v u prime. So if I do it that way, I would say y and then u prime, which would be 2x, plus v prime, which is 1 dy dx, times u, which is x squared. So that's just the derivative of this stuff here. Then I have my minus sign, so I'm going to put my minus sign. And now we could do it again, but we could do it differently. So now I have a new u and a new v. So the new u is going to be x, which means u prime would be just 1. V would be y prime, which means v prime, or not y prime, y squared. V prime would be 2y. What do I have to tack on? Dy dx.
wait,
So
is the u negative x or no?
No, because I'm just going to leave the negative sign in the front.
Oh, okay.
But if I leave the negative sign in the front, then I got to, whatever I end up with, I got to put in parentheses, right? Because I got to distribute that negative through. Okay, so tell me what I write down. V, which is y squared, and then u prime, which is just 1, so I'm not even going to write that down, plus v prime, which is 2y dy dx. Oops, my dy looked like a dx. Times u, which is just what?
X.
X. So now if I clean this up a little bit, I've got 2xy plus dy. Well, I'm gonna put it as x squared dx. Oops. X squared dy dx. And then I've got to distribute this negative sign through. So I've got negative y squared plus 2xy dy dx.
Oh yeah.
And now I've got to make room because what I wasn't quite done. I have to tack on this derivative of 4, which is equal to 0, right?
Wait, Mr. Adams, doesn't the negative distribute to the 2y?
Yes, it does.
To the
Okay. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm trying to talk and write it down and all that stuff. So are we good so far? So now what I want to do is, what I'd like to do is I'm going to take the dy dx's. So I've got x squared dy dx minus 2xy dy dx. And I'm going to toss everything else on the other side of the equal sign. So that's going to become a negative 2xy plus y squared. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to factor out dy dx, and that gives me x squared minus 2xy is equal to negative 2xy plus y squared. And then the next line would be to divide both sides. So I've got dy dx equals negative 2xy plus y squared all over x squared minus 2x, xy. And it doesn't give us a point or anything to plug it in. And that is correct. The back of the book pulls a negative sign, tosses it out to the front. Well, let me double check and just make sure. Yeah, that's right.